which actor portrayed Hunter S. Thompson in the film Where the Buffalo Roam? And we will go to Joe, see if we can get an answer. Yo, Joe, good morning.
Yeah, good morning.
All right, Joe, who played Hunter S. Thompson in Where the Buffalo Roam?
That would be Bill Murray.
You're correct. Yep. Hang on a second, Joe. Give you a pair of sweet tickets to join Brent Porsche at NASCAR as NASCAR returns to Dover Motor Speedway May 1st when the Duramax Dryden 400 takes place. You can get tickets at doverspeedway.com. Steve, I remember when Buffalo Roam came out, and it was, Bill Murray was at the height of his comedic. Yeah. He was really surging, and this came out, and I was a kid, and I remember watching some of it and going, I don't get what is this?
Is this supposed to be funny?
I didn't know who Hunter Thompson was.
Right.
I didn't know any of that stuff. And I'm like, he's just being a weirdo.
Because you're doing this kind of thing.
All right, we will begin. I don't think we've had a Kardashian story for a little while. Maybe I touched on a little bit one the other day. But
you're getting bombarded at home because they're running the commercials for the Hulu series now.
Well, this was pretty big. Kourtney and Travis Barker tied the knot at a private wedding ceremony at One Love Wedding Chapel in Las Vegas, according to chapel owner Marty Fearson. The ceremony took place at 1:45 a.m.
It's a perfect time for a wedding.
On Monday, just hours after Barker performed live at the Grammy Awards ceremony. So they left that and they went and got married. Probably had a couple of cocktails on the way there or something. I don't know. But representatives for Kardashian and Barker did not immediately respond to requests for comment, but the news was first reported by TMZ.
One of the 24-hour chapels, but not an Elvis chapel, right? Yeah.
No, it was.
It was.
So the couple came dressed in the same clothes they wore to the award show. They had a marriage license and presented it to Frierson, who was a witness. He said they wanted Elvis Presley. I called Elvis, and Elvis came and married them.
That's great.
They bought roses, got a package, said their vows, and they had a bouquet toss as well.
You ever see sometimes they'll post them, the menu of available wedding scenarios that you can pay for and the pricing?
No.
Like if you want Elvis, if you want another impersonator, it's pretty hilarious.
The couple had an entourage of 4 people, 3 who were filming and 1 who provided security. So I don't know if any friends and family were there. Did anybody know that this was going to happen? Did Mominger, Chris, or were the cameras for the show? They probably said 3 people were filming.
You're probably right.
So they said 3 people were there. They were filming and 1 provided security. So they probably are going to have this in the show.
Now, is it Rolling Stone or Billboard or somebody is in questioning the validity of the actual marriage and marriages at those places?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know, but I mean,
why wouldn't it be legit?
Yeah, but for Kourtney, because you expect a Kardashian to have a wedding that is
off the charts,
palatial, just ridiculous. So just money, thrown all over the place for something like this, and they decide to go in the complete opposite direction. So we'll see where this leads to and if it's legit or not, but supposly that's what they did.
I think a Kardashian wedding would actually have Elvis at the wedding.
They would actually have the bones of Elvis.
An exoskeleton carrying the meat,
3D,
right?
The 3D image, like
exactly.
her dad.
Yeah, do that. Is that for Kim's birthday a few years ago?
Yeah, I think so.
Man, was that creepy.
I think that was from Kanye.
Yeah. Wait, who did they have?
Her dad.
Her dad.
Robert Shapiro.
That's right.
Yeah.
Kimmy, I love you and miss you. I'm dead, but it's great to be at your party. Don't eat too much cake. Bye-bye.
Wow. All right, here's another secret wedding. Christina Hack and Josh Hall are married. TMZ reported that the pair got hitched in California sometime over the last 6 months.
I don't think this guy is up to snuff for her.
On Hack's real estate license, she appears to have changed her last name to Hall as well. I really don't know much about the guy.
No, who is this guy again? Because the other dude was Ann Anstead.
I don't know. This guy. I saw pictures of him at the beach. I guess they were doing their honeymoon or whatever the hell they were doing. But he seems Scott Disick-ish.
The couple had been dating for a year, and they announced the news of their engagement in September of last year. When Hack first opened up about dating Hall last year, she wrote that she felt protective over their relationship, which could explain their secret marriage.
She's very pretty, but I don't think she actually has a soul.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
She wrote in an Instagram post, I felt immediately crazy protective over him and wanted to keep him for myself and get to know each other before the tornado of media attention hit. And we have a few solid months of just us getting to know each other, and I've loved every second of it, she wrote in this Instagram post. So,
okay.
yeah. So they got married.
All right, good for them.
Yeah, good for
I
them.
don't like her.
I'm sorry?
I don't like her.
You don't like her?
I never did. I never cared for her and Flip or Flop. I just didn't like her. I don't even give this a year. I have more faith in Kim Kardashian and Pete Davidson than I do in this one.
You not only...
I didn't like her.
You not only don't like her, you dislike her.
I dislike her.
Okay, so you think she's a bad person.
I do not want to say that.
She's a stinky man.
She's a bad, stinky man. No, there's just, listen,
She's incapable of keeping a relationship.
Well, I don't know about that. I just,
You don't like her?
I don't like her.
You don't like her?
Hey, you know how like some dogs, they'll sniff another dog? And
Yeah.
I don't think I like this guy.
So you,
I
at
don't
some
like her smell.
point, you sniffed her ass.
I sniffed her ass.
And didn't like what you smelled.
I didn't like it.
Yeah. There's a lot of paprika in there.
Oh, man, I like the dog test.
Yeah.
I think that's a good way to think about it.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, can I smell your
Hang on.
butt?
I gotta see what you
I need to... I'm unsure of you.
Presidency producer Casey Foster was arrested today after sniffing an actress's ass. He said he was only trying to determine if she was a good person.
Maybe when Wahlberg comes in later today, you can say, look, you seem like a really nice guy, but we have a surefire test.
I need to see what you're made up of.
It's very canine in nature, but trust me, you'll like it.
All right, Christina Hack and this dude Hull got married.
Enough!
Well, I wish them the best.
I'm sure you do.
I know I really do.
Former child actor Cole Sprouse shared his experience at the New York Times on Monday, speaking candidly on what it means to be a childhood star and highlighting how it's different for young women. So I looked him up, Steve. He was on The Sweet Life of Zach and Cody, and he plays Jughead on Riverdale.
Yes. He's also the boy in Big Daddy.
Yes, he is.
And he was in Friends as well.
Okay, so
Him and his brother.
Wait, he was in Big Daddy?
Yeah, he was the boy.
kid.
Well, I thought it was from a different show.
Well, I think he and his brother played the kid, right? Because they're
twins.
Right. You
Yeah,
can't-
and they were on Sweet Life of Zach and Cody too, but playing separate characters. So he said, my brother and I used to get quite a bit of, oh, you made it out. Oh, you're unscathed. No, the young women on the channel. We were on Disney, and we were so heavily sexualized from such an earlier age that my brother and I, an earlier age than my brother and I, that there's absolutely no way that we could compare our experiences. And every single person going through that trauma has a unique experience. He said, when we talk about child stars going nuts, what we're not actually talking about is how fame is a trauma. So I'm violently defensive against people who mock some of the young women who were on the channel when I was younger, because I don't feel like it adequately comprehends the humanity of that experience of what it takes to recover. So he's saying, especially for the girls that are young and on those shows, that it's
I believe
it's tough on them.
Go back years and look at the way people like Judy Garland, when she was a younger girl, was treated. They had her on amphetamines. The studio was giving her amphetamines to keep her working, and all of these things, like in The Wizard of Oz, she was more developed than they wanted Dorothy to be, so they bound her up. Yeah, and a lot of that stuff continues.
Yep. So he's kind of speaks out about that and tries to keep an eye on things like that. Rumors abounded about the start of a new romance when Jason Momoa gave his jacket to Kate Beckinsale at an Oscar after party last month.
They're doing it.
However, the Dune actor is now setting the record straight. In an interview with Extra, published on Monday, Momoa said it was cray.
It's crazy.
He said, no, he said it was cray.
Oh, really?
Have a conversation with a woman about her country. I was in England doing Aquaman 2. Everyone is like, are you dating? And I said, no, it was chivalry. The woman was cold. He continued saying, she's very nice. I was being very nice, just being a gentleman, and now I am not giving my coat to anyone.
I would like to see them together. I like him a lot, and she was nice when we interviewed her many years ago.
All this comes approximately 2 months after Mamoa and Lisa Bonet announced that they were divorcing.
So I wonder what Aquaman's doing in England.
Speaking of Mamoa, he's once again linking up with Apple TV. Plus, per Variety, the streamer has ordered 8 episodes of Chief of War, a Hawaiian historical drama.
Cool.
That Mamoa will write, star in, and executive produce. And this will be the TV writing debut for him. Of course, he was born in Honolulu and has been active in the Protect Mauna Kea movement. Chief of War will reportedly explore the unification and colonization of Hawaii as an from an indigenous perspective.
With a little bit of glee thrown in there, Preston, too.
The show will be set at the turn of the 18th century during a constant state of war between Hawaii's 4 major kingdoms. A famed warrior named Ka'iana leaves the conflict behind to become a fisherman, but he's pulled back into the battlefield after seers identify him as the person meant to bring peace to Hawaii. There's no word on if he's going to play that main character.
He should.
He should. I mean, he's a mountain.
Yeah.
He's qualified to play a warrior, of course, and he knows a thing or two about vision. So we will see what he ends up doing.
He has that series, or had it. I didn't watch a lot of it, called C on it. It was.
Did you see C?
I did see C, and a bit of C, and the whole premise that they were all sightless.
Yeah.
I found really kind of distracting and boring after a while.
At a certain point, when you're catching arrows in the air, it's like
it doesn't matter. Just give them their eyesight back.
Yeah.
They're so
see.
competent.
You can see better than we can see.
So it's not like, oh,
I
wow.
can't catch an arrow out of the
right.
Snatch that out of the
He's
air.
Like, blink.
Yeah, right. After Will Smith slapped Chris Rock at the Academy Awards, his talent agency reportedly thought about letting him go. Then they probably thought better after that. I was watching I was thinking about Will Smith last night.
Right.
I was watching the new Mark Wahlberg movie.
Yes.
We're having him in later today.
Right.
And Mel Gibson is in it.
Yeah.
And I was thinking about Will Smith and Mel Gibson's career.
Yeah.
And how it went away and now it's back and he's fine. And
you can come back.
Will's probably not going to have as much trouble as
Mel's
Mel
been working
did,
it,
yeah. So I think Will's going to be just fine.
You just got to give it a while.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
According to Page 6, a leadership retreat at Terrania Resort in Rancho Palos Verdes held by Smith's agency, Creative Artists Agency, became the site of a debate as to whether or not to hold on to Smith as a client. Apparently, CAA is in the process of acquiring ICM, the agency that represents Chris Rock. So the company was at a crossroads.
Be like, listen, so Chris Rock is kept a low profile. He didn't want a lot of stuff, legally to take place, and he's kind of, taking the higher road. At some point, if they could, meet, shake hands, patch it up, that'd be a nice message to send.
I don't know. I feel like he's losing out by not addressing this at his shows.
Chris Rock?
Yeah.
He's also appearing not to be taking advantage of it and exploiting it.
Yeah, he's not. Did you see, I think, was it Victor Fiorello? Somebody wrote an article about his show in Atlantic City.
Yeah.
And that it was just, and not to his fault, but that the whole, just getting into the show was like a disaster. He ended up having to go on an hour later because the lines to get in were just so astronomical. They were so long. It took forever to get people in their seats. And then he didn't address the whole situation, and people were bitching about it and,
he
annoyed.
shouldn't have to. I mean, he didn't ask for that situation.
No, it wasn't his fault. I'm just saying
people were expecting it,
People
though.
were expecting it, and so
he tried to get the word out that he wasn't going to do it. He was going to think about it for a while.
Right.
He had all his people put the word out there, but listen, Chris Rock's going to sell out anyway. But the fact that he had this that just happened, if there are any seats available, they sold out pretty quickly.
Yeah, people were just kind of salivating, waiting to hear what his take would be, because Chris Rock can go on a tirade and he can rip people to shreds. He's really good at it.
And he was about to do that on stage. I have every confidence.
Oh, you saw him go stammer like that?
Yes.
He was
Yeah.
He bit his tongue.
He did.
He
did.
It was probably swollen from getting hit in the face, but...
Right.
But yeah, I agree, Steve. He was like, I could unload right now. And no. But anyhow, this gentleman, Richard Lovett, who represents Smith, did not want to lose the King Richard star. Lovett was even described as frazzled while the agency even discussed the matter.
I can't hear you.
A CAA spokesperson claimed there's no truth to these rumors, but I gotta figure they at least talked about it a little bit.
There is a multi-pronged plan in place to bring him back and to do it, there'll be that People article with him on the cover, coming to terms with my inner conflicts, and they'll rebuild it back up and he'll be fine.
Page 6 reports that Andrew Garfield's girlfriend, Alyssa Miller, posted to Instagram on Monday to dispel the rumors that the pair broke up, along with a silly picture of the couple.
That's so silly.
From the night
That's what I love about you. You're so silly.
Of the SAG Awards. Is that her, Nick?
Yeah, unfortunately.
Hello.
All right, let me just see what this
Wow.
silly picture looks like.
The SAG Awards. Miller wrote, "If you must gossip, at least use a cute photo." LOL.
Oh, they look silly.
Love you,
So
AG.
Oh my God, he's pursing his lips, but to the side.
Oh my God, silly.
Side
So
kiss.
silly.
That's just.
Let me see here. What other silly things did I have? I know this is sports, but he is quite the celeb, of
Is
course.
it silly
outside of
sports?
No, it's Tiger Woods, man.
Yeah.
He's
Yeah.
playing the Masters. I can't believe it. I thought for sure, because some people were asking me who were curious about golf whether he was going to play. I said no, he's not going to play. He's showing up because he's a champion and he gets to go to the dinner and can enjoy the whole thing, and he's probably there just to hit a few balls and kind of get a feel for it. But I'm like, he's such a competitor that I didn't think that he would seriously enter unless he really believes that he can win. But he's doing it, man.
Well, you did see him at Trinity. And
I was there yesterday.
Yeah.
They were beating up on me pretty good. But no, he hasn't played a regular PGA tournament since November of 2020. And
I think it seemed like all the people who are in the know in the golf realm were saying, how could you? How can he? But he is.
you never know. But the big question is how is he going to hold up walking for 4 straight days, 18 holes? Because when you walk 18 holes, you're walking over 5 miles.
Can't they put him on a hand truck?
Nope, you're not allowed to do that. So, yeah, his right leg was severely damaged, and part of the rule is you got to walk.
Yeah.
So we'll see how he does.
Wait, and that was in that accident.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That last one, it was his leg got shattered.
Okay.
It was really, really messed up. So we'll see how he holds up. Let's see, a couple more quick things. Star Trek: The Next Generation cast members will be boarding Star Trek Picard for the 3rd and final season of the Paramount Plus series. LeVar Burton and Michael Dorn, along with Jonathan Frakes, Gates McFadden, Marina Sirtis, and Brent Spiner, will all join Patrick Stewart in the final chapter of Star Trek Picard.
So Frakes has already been on. A few of the others have, but to have them all together, at once is going to be pretty cool.
That's awesome.
I love The Next Generation, and I know you did as well.
Yeah, it's the first time that Paramount Plus is confirmed Picard will be ending with the 3rd season, although the stars of the series, including Stewart, have stated as such in interviews over the past couple of months, but they have confirmed it for sure. The casting news was announced on Tuesday, which was First Contact Day, as depicted in the film Star Trek First Contact. April 5th, Contact, I'm sorry, I said contract. April 5th, 2063 is the day that humans first make contact with Vulcans, making a pivotal moment of exploration and acceptance in Star Trek history. Since the film's debut, First Contact Day is celebrated worldwide annually on April 5th.
And now they're going to work on the Real Housewives of the Federation, Preston.
Oh, really?
Yeah, which would be really cool. Yeah.
I wonder if, he's 81 years old, and, he has this sort of crossover thing in the next Doctor Strange movie. If he reprises Professor X, how long does he make that one last?
I think he can. So if everything goes according to Hoyle, and Preston, you're familiar, as am I, with that. There's that crossover with the Avengers and the X-Men.
Right.
You could go. There's a whole bunch of stories just sitting right there. He shows he looks very vital in Picard.
I hope so. I hope it keeps going. I love the guy.
Yeah.
Yep. Speaking of Marvel, Sherlock Holmes via Robert Downey Jr. Might be coming to television, as the Warner Media-backed streamer is in early development of not one but 2 scripted series based on the beloved detective stories.
Did that rain just come out of your hands, Holmes?
by Sir Arthur Conan Doyle.
Dear God.
Robert Downey Jr., who famously played the detective in the 2009 Guy Ritchie feature film and his 2011 sequel, is on board to executive produce both shows via his Team Downey banner. Lionel Wigram, who received a story credit on the first film and produced both, is also on board as an executive producer. A 3rd movie in the franchise was in development but never moved beyond that stage. We don't know if Robert is going to be acting in it or not.
I really enjoyed. I enjoyed the first movie more.
Oh,
the
very
second
much
one,
so.
yeah. But I still enjoyed them both, and that was, as you said, Michael Ritchie. Guy
Ritchie?
Guy Ritchie directing, and Michael Ritchie's another director. But I thought they were well done, and I thought his performance was good, and the way they made him a more physical Sherlock Holmes.
I loved the first one. It was kind of like Kingsman.
Yeah.
Loved the first one. Second one went a little bit too much.
Yeah.
But it's one of my favorite movies that he's in outside of the Marvel universe. I love that movie. So the projects are in the early development stages, and we will see what ends up happening. I'm going to recap this real quick. Kathy hit this in the news, and it was sad. Bobby Rydell passed away, 79 years old, and of course he brought us lots of great hits, and one that's very near and dear to this area is Wildwood Days. But
I still love, I never get sick of this.
I do too. It just makes you want to party.
Yeah.
Is Wildwood Days a riff on a song he did called Wild One Days?
There was a song called Wild One, but I don't know if it was Wild One Days or not.
I'm not sure.
I'm looking at the title
I'm
right
pulling
here.
that out of my ass, but I was just wondering.
So you had Kissin' Time, Volare, and Wild One were big hits of his. They were top 40 hits on Wildwood Days, of course. A big part of that. He passed away Tuesday afternoon at Jefferson Abington Hospital. The death was unexpected, though he had many health problems dating to 2012 when he underwent a double transplant to replace a liver and a kidney. Jerry Blavat had booked him to perform at the Kimmel Center in January, but he couldn't make it because he had health issues.
Yeah.
The cause of death was a non-COVID related pneumonia complication. And his wife, Linda, was by his side. Along with Frankie Avalon, Chubby Checker, and Fabian Forte, Mr. Rydell was one of the 4 South Philly teen idols who found a national audience in the late 50s and early 60s through Dick Clark's Philadelphia-based television show American Bandstand. And, he grew up in the South Philly area and then moved around a tad bit. And I think he ended up settling in Bluebell in 2019, and that's where he lived out his life.
So a friend of mine, his mother is the president of the fan club. And,
oh, really?
Yeah, and oddly enough, has the exact same name as his current wife.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Bobby Rydell, yeah. I mean, he was huge. And I always liked him because at the end of Bye Bye Birdie, the movie, spoiler alert, he gets up on stage and punches Birdie in the face. Do you remember the?
I haven't seen it in so long. I don't remember the story.
It's a very aggressive criminal investigation. No, it's really actually a wonderful movie. But he's the every guy who's being moved out of the scene by the Elvis Presley-like character.
Okay. And you know what? I had always just assumed, but never knew for sure until this morning that Rydell High in Greece was named after Bobby Rydell.
Isn't that wild? Yeah.
That's pretty cool as a tribute.
Yeah. He's one of our own.
His era. So sad news. Very, very sad news. And he will be well remembered. And there's murals and all kinds of stuff. And we're always going to have that song Wildwood Days to play, especially when the summer's getting ready to get started. And, it's sad news. All right, we're going to play the clips now. Sean William Scott continues his comedy career with the mockumentary series Welcome to Flatch.
I want to see this.
And here, Scott talks about how comedy has changed since he started out in the business.
I was having a conversation with a friend the other day. I was like, you could never make American Pie these days. Some of the stuff that's in that movie, you would get arrested, and probably go to jail for a long time if you did it, so I think a lot of the kind of broader comedies, a lot of stuff that gave me a career, I don't see there ever being an appetite for those sort of movies again.
Could you shut up?
I don't know. I don't know if he's right about that because those types of movies were prevalent in the 80s, and then they went away for a long time, and then American Pie came out, and you were like, oh, my God, they're going back to that again.
I think what happens is stuff starts to clamp down.
Yeah.
And what
Then it
happens
loosens
is
up.
somebody says, okay, I'm just going to go for it.
Yeah.
And then it starts it back up again.
Yep. New episodes of Welcome to Flatch airs Thursday nights on Fox. Here's the next clip. Stuart Long, a.k.a. Father Stu, was an amateur boxer who grew up in an atheist family who fell in love with a Catholic woman and promised to get baptized for her until a motorcycle accident changed his entire life's focus. And in this clip, Mel Gibson, who plays Stu's dad, described that horrific moment. Here we go.
He survived an accident, a hideous one. He got hit by a car and then he got run over by another car. So they didn't expect him to live, but he pulled through. And when he snapped out of it, he said that he needed to be a priest. And they were like, the girl's like, but we were going to get married. And he's like, sorry, I need to be a priest. And he was really dead sure about it. And he followed that.
Father Stu opens in theaters on April 15th, and the star as Father Stu, Mark Wahlberg, will be in our studio this morning in about an hour and a half.
Cool.
Which is pretty cool. So he's going to be stopping by around 8:30, so make sure you tune in and hang out with us for that this morning. All right, that's all I have in the entertainment report. Reminder, we do have a secret text word. Today we have your chance to win a pair of tickets to see Jason Bonham's Led Zeppelin evening, Tuesday, April 19th at the Fillmore in Philadelphia. Tickets are on sale now. You can click a contest at WMMR.com for details. But text the word secret to 39333. We'll get you in the running to win some of those. We'll be back in just a moment. Make sure you stay with us. Nice and wet for your drive in. Yeah. Be careful, and we'll be right back.
Preston and Steve on 93.3 WMMR.
Zombie raccoon. That's my thing.
Yes.
That clumsily walk on two legs and show their teeth are staggering around suburban Chicago, and authorities are warning locals to hide their pets. A spike in raccoons testing positive for distemper in Riverside, Illinois, is to blame for the bizarre sightings of contaminated animals that the disease causes to appear zombie-like. While zombie raccoons don't eat brains, distemper is highly contagious. If you're feeding wildlife and that raccoon ate out of your bowl or cat food for your stray cats and your puppy goes over, the saliva can be contagious.
They sent in a Negan raccoon to take care of everything.
Well. Looks like we got ourselves a problem in Chi-Town. Leaning back high. Looks like we got some trouble. Some trouble in Chi-Town. Going deep dish on this bitch.
It's got a little leather jacket he wears. Yeah.
Leaning back way far. Ooh, hey. In the home of Oprah.
There we go. We had mentioned this earlier this morning, but it's definitely worth bringing up. The restaurant named Cadence, which is a BYOB on Girard Avenue, was named the best new restaurant by Food and Wine.
That's a super well respected journal in the world of the culinary happenings.
Yeah.
And so this is a big honor.
But in the order, you have Cadence is number one, in Austin, Texas, Suerte. Frenchette in New York, Conby in Los Angeles, Kumiko in Chicago. These are all one-word names.
Manny's Chili Dogs.
Ah, that's on there. No, Pat's Chili Dogs.
Pat's Chili Dogs.
Yes.
Dogs. Definitely the best theme.
Yeah.
Voted number one in Food and Wine magazine. Yeah, baby.
That was from the band Cinderella when they were big in the area. They did
We're Warren. We were in town. We want some good chili dogs. We always read through Food and Wine magazine to see who won.
They did a commercial for Pat's Dogs.
Pat's Dogs. Pat's Chili Dogs. Pat's Dogs. Pat's Chili Dogs.
That building is now a We Buy Gold.
Oh, is it really?
We buy gold. Gold for sale. No more chili dogs. Job not going well. Pat's Dogs. Pat's Chili Dogs. Pat's Dogs. Next step, selling blood.
Yeah. So number 6 on this list is Ada, which is Ada Indian Canteen.
Ooh, I love canteens. When you go in that, you need water.
Fox and the Knife in Boston.
Boston sucks.
Hey, we beat Boston.
Yeah.
Love me some good fox.
There you go.
Suck at Boston.
How's the fox at this place?
Indigo in Houston, Nightshade in Los Angeles, and in New Orleans, a place called Piece of Meat.
There you go. You know, it's terrible. I think one of the most difficult parts of a restaurant would be a name that means something and pops to people.
Yeah.
You know, like Pat's Chili Dogs.
Right. That's.
Pat's Dogs. Pat's Chili Dogs. Pat's Dogs. Pat's Chili.
Yeah, I mean, you know, the name will only get you so far, but it is an added bonus. Answer the phone, by the way. Thank you very much. I don't know. If you had a restaurant, what would you name it?
I'd name it Answer the Phone.
Yeah, thank you. I'm sorry. I'm tired of waving my arms.
Yeah.
It's been happening
You
the
lose
last few
business.
days, and I'm just going to say answer the phone.
Answer the goddamn phone.
Yeah, answer. In fact, I'll say it that way.
Yeah.
That should be the name of the restaurant.
Answer the goddamn.
Answer the goddamn.
Answer the goddamn phone. Great food. Answer the goddamn phone. Open all night.
We knew we were were going to have one gentleman for sure that was coming in. We have two here this morning. This is a momentous occasion.
Call it an honor.
I'd have to say because he is the best-looking 60-year-old man I've ever seen in my life. It's his birthday today.
Yes.
So we first want to welcome our friend Shawn Wayans, who's been here on many occasions. And his brother, Keenan Ivory Wayans, is here celebrating his birthday today.
Oh, this is how you do it.
This is how you do it, man. Welcome to Philadelphia.
Yeah, well, now all the women in my family are going to kill you because you said my age.
Oh.
And they all lie about theirs. So
You were working as a stand-up when you met Robert Townsend, correct?
yeah, well, when I met Robert and Eddie and all of us, we all started out at the same time and in the club in New York at the Improv.
Yeah.
And that's sort of how we, started working together.
And you, I believe, if the legend is correct, that you are one of the writers or co-writers on Raw, correct?
Yeah, on Raw. I worked on that with Eddie. I also produced it, and Robert directed it.
I remember that day.
Oh, there was a picture. Put the picture back up. Yeah.
I was back there with you guys, right? And I was slapboxing with Eddie, and I almost hit him, and then security grabbed me and was like, all right. All right, Junior, you about to mess up this money. Go sit your ass down.
Wow.
So that's cool. But all you guys have had such a massive effect on comedy and a type of comedy that I love, we all love, that is, you helped usher it in. Eddie Murphy did as well.
What happened in my career was I started out, sort of by myself.
Yeah.
And then as my family started getting into the business, I kind of realized that it was either going to be all of us or one. So I decided to make it about all of us. So I kind of stepped away from acting and started to
cultivate.
Yeah, exactly.
So, and Shawn, we were talking earlier about how you were first on the show as the DJ.
Yeah.
And you'd already been doing comedy. You're doing stuff like that. But so from your point, Keenan, as you're seeing family member after family member, I want to do this. I want to do this.
Mm-hmm.
Is it a double-edged sword, or what do you first say to them when they come to you and they say you as sort of the default patriarch? I want to do this.
He nurtured us.
Yeah.
My thing with them was as long as you're willing to work. I always wanted them to know that it wasn't easy, and I would give them small opportunities in the beginning. I never gave anyone a starring role who wasn't ready, and like I said, I made sure that they all put in their work, and it is the fact that they're where they are in their careers now is testament to the
everybody
fact that they came in the right way.
Did anybody ever get mad at you saying, "Hey, I'm ready for my starring role"?
Always.
Always.
When Damon first started,
I was the DJ, man.
And you were a damn good DJ.
I could play sketches too and scratch.
Hey, the guy right behind you is really talented.
Well, when Damon first started, I told him, I said, "Give yourself 10 years." Yeah. And he looked at me like I was insane, and he was like, "It's gonna take me 10 years." Well, 10 years later, he was ready.
We say the same. I tell like the interns and people are coming up in the radio business, and now we've been, it's the 20th anniversary of the show, and I say, trust me, just, if you were to jump 5 years into the future and look back, you wouldn't believe where you were or how things have changed. Yeah. So that's very sage advice. But when you're young and hungry, it's hard to perceive that.
It is, and the thing is, youth is something that people think everything is supposed to happen when you're young.
Right.
And they're disappointed if it doesn't, because youth is when, you make the money, you chase the girls, you do. Yeah. That's the experience that everybody wants, as opposed to being great at what you do. Yeah. And being great at what you do takes a lot more time than that. And sometimes, youth passes you by. And I tell people all the time, if your goal is to be a CEO of a company, it doesn't matter if it happens at 20 or 60.
Yeah.
You still accomplish your goal.
Yeah. All right. So you have to be a really good talent scout, right? So within Living Color, were you the sole decision maker as far as who was on the cast and who wasn't?
Yeah.
All right, so it was because you did an amazing job with that, and you did, look at all of the people that came out of there.
Well, they were all people that I knew.
That you knew.
Right? So we were all in the clubs together.
Okay.
So when I got an opportunity, it was like, who's the funniest guys I know? Like,
I
it
mean-
wasn't really like a hard thing to do because I knew they were funny.
You were working with people like Jim
Yeah.
Carrey and then all those guys were paying their dues.
Eddie knew what to do with them.
Right,
Yeah.
but that's a key. That is a gift. There's Lorne Michaels has that that ability, and also who's going to synergize well with each other.
But you also, your show aired at 8:00 on Sunday, and so you had a younger audience in myself,
Right?
And I mean, I loved it. You know what I mean? Like Ace Ventura came out, I was like all over that. And
It
like,
got moved to 8. Started at 9.
Started
did it start at 9?
Yeah.
What did Parker Lewis Can't Lose? Was that your lead?
The Ferris Bueller ripoff.
I love that show
Fox,
too.
Fox wanted to make it an anchor show.
Okay.
So they moved us to 8.
Did they initially, or because would it first really? Because it kind of hit the ground running. If my memory was, and did they go, whoa, we need to bump this up?
Yeah, well, initially they were very afraid of the show.
Yeah.
Period. Like they had no idea
were afraid.
what was going to happen. But
Right.
once the show was successful, then it was like every network strategy is going to be how many other shows can we launch?
Right.
So, they ended up moving us.
In this day and age of reboots, we're seeing TV shows rebooted.
Constantly.
What's the likelihood? We don't have a good sketch show. SNL's the only thing going right now, as far as I know.
I think there's absolutely a new generation.
Yeah.
So it would just. I don't think that the guys from the past would
Step forward, yeah.
want to do that again. But there's absolutely a new generation out there, and it would be fun.
Yeah.
We're in a time now where I think a show like In Living Color is needed, but at the same time, it's the sensitivity.
Can you do it?
Yeah.
No,
can
that's
you
a
do
good
it?
question. We were wondering about that, about the. Preston and I were having a talk earlier about the comedy club or the theater. When you guys are there, that's your realm, and all bets are off. You should be allowed. There's there's safe spaces for satire and comedy and thought provoking, whatever you want to do. That's your palette, and there's been hits on it lately.
It's the phone.
Yeah.
You see, because
Absolutely.
the people who are in the club, they paid to be there and they want to see it.
Yeah.
But people who are filming, now it's going to people who didn't want to see it.
You're
and
right.
then when they do see it, now they're pissed. It's never the people who were in
That's
the
why I
club.
didn't want to go. See that?
Well, speaking of that, even some rock bands have adopted no phone.
I don't think phones should
get
be
outta
allowed.
here.
I think you're there for the experience and enjoy the experience. And
Well, Kevin Hart played the Link, the stadium here, and there was a no phone rule for that whole show. It can be done. It's a pain in the ass, but I mean, I would agree.
Yes,
with that,
you lift a clip
100%.
out, you lift a soundbite out of context,
Yeah.
and people are going to go ape.
It's just crazy.
I heard somebody, I don't remember who the performer was, saying recently, though, that it's really easy to see from the stage when somebody does get on their phone. Have you guys noticed that? Like, if you're up on stage, you can tell immediately?
if the light is on,
Yeah.
You can tell, but you just don't want to stop. You got to understand, you got people in the palm of your hand.
Yeah.
You got momentum going.
Right.
And you're thinking about your next thing, and you're trying to be physical, and you're trying to be in the moment, and then someone has their phone up. Do you stop your whole show to deal with this guy with his phone up? And then kill the people's...
No, you're right.
Kourtney
You're going to ruin it for other
Kardashian
people.
did this,
No.
Vegas wedding chapel thing in Vegas. These never work, do they? I mean, these last minute, hey, let's go get married right now thing.
No, not
I think there's a
typically.
difference between like people who decide to elope, and so that's the main modus operandi, and then the people who are like, this is a gimmick, let's do it now.
Yeah, let's go get married right now.
And I think probably I would, if they might work occasionally, but I think the percentage is probably against them.
I want to see if anybody listening has done this, has just said, you know what, I'll marry you right now. Let's go do it.
Yeah.
Or tomorrow, let's go. We'll go to the Justice of the Peace, whatever, get it done.
Elvis will do everything.
Like that quickly. 215-263 WMMR. I want to hear your story.
So I think that's different than like Steve, kind of what you were mentioning. So it's just all of a sudden going, and getting married. So I had a friend who they were planning a big wedding and she got overwhelmed with it and she was like, forget it. we're not doing it. She told nobody, and they went to Vegas and they got married in chapel. That worked out because they were planning a life anyway. It was just the wedding planning that she couldn't handle.
It was already
Good for
there.
her.
Yeah.
Good for her. It
They
was
were in
like,
the pocket.
I don't want to be a part of this big circus.
No, she took her big, beautiful white dress that she had already purchased. She put it on, and Elvis married them.
There you go.
That's what my brother did. So my younger brother got married in Vegas, but it wasn't. They were already there. Hey, let's do this. No, they went there to get married. So it's exactly what you were saying, Steve. So yeah, and
It's
they're
intent. Yeah.
he and his wife and their 3 children, they're all going strong.
But
But you know that like Vegas is the home of the let's do it.
Well,
Yeah.
And so I wonder if I'm sure statistically someone has broken down the amount of unions that are standing the test of time, and I'm sure it has to be not very many.
Yeah, and
the
they
decision to get married there. That's the one. That's what's not going to work.
I think that's it.
They did elope too, by the way. I mean, there's also because my wife's friends got married in Vegas, but everybody was there, like the parents and so there was a big wedding party and stuff like that. My brother and my sister-in-law, they were by themselves, which I was like, dude, you totally gypped me out of a Vegas weekend. I'm like, I totally would have been there as your witness.
So we're getting a few texts from listeners saying that both Kelly Ripa and Mark Consuelos, when they got married, they eloped to Vegas, and so did John Bon Jovi and his wife Dorothea, and they've been together. Both of those couples have been together for a long time. I think if I were to get married again, because I'm divorced, I would not. I would consider this. I would. But it's to your point, Steve. Like it would be a marriage that had been with some forethought.
Right.
It's not a hey, we're in Vegas, let's get married kind of a thing.
Yeah.
Like Ross and Rachel getting drunk at a casino, and then
and which is a perfect example.
Exactly. Yeah.
Well, the one I was thinking of is like, the movie, That Thing You Do.
Yeah.
At the end of the movie, Lenny, the guitar player, they drive to Vegas, and then the next thing you know, they were just going to go to Vegas, and he's holding a big thing of chips in his arms, and they're standing at the chapel. He's like, I'm so happy right now.
Or The Hangover.
Like, God, let's do it. Let's get married. Yeah,
The Hangover.
Yeah.
He marries a stripper.
Now, we have some precedent here on the show of getting people married in a day.
Absolutely.
Yes.
And that was for charity,
Right. And we're not Las Vegas.
And we're not Las Vegas.
We're Bala Cynwyd.
And a tent in South Philadelphia.
Right.
Wait, how is
Exactly.
that for charity?
Well, it was a Camp Out for Hunger.
I was thinking of the
I was thinking of the one in the studio.
The wedding for a day.
the wedding
Yeah.
in a day thing. I wonder how they're doing.
Yeah, right?
Did we ever find
yeah.
out?
Last I heard, they were doing pretty well.
I'm curious.
Yeah, I'm curious too.
Yeah, if anybody knows the couple that we had him propose that morning live on the air at 6 a.m. and got her here to the studio, and we had a full-blown wedding with a band and everything.
She had a dress. She had her hair and makeup done.
No, that was 7 years ago. It was February of 2015.
They lived in Conshohocken, right?
Yes.
Didn't you go pick them up?
I did. Yeah, I was waiting in the car. It was literally, no exaggeration, it was like 5 degrees out that morning, and we had to wait in the car. For them.
And didn't we send them on a honeymoon too?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
They were gone. Everything in that. Not one day, the show.
Yeah.
Let us know if anybody knows them.
All right, let me go to a couple of calls here. I have Paul on the line. Hey, Paul, good morning.
I'm a sauce tube.
Do we have that?
Wait, Casey's got to pull it up. There it is. What's up, Paul?
So this story is kind of epic amongst me. Me and my best friend went to Vegas for a bachelor party.
Okay.
And we broke off, and we kept walking past these 24-hour chapels. And we went, dude, just for the hell of it, we should get married. And that'd be stupid. And then, like, 40 beers later, we got married.
Oh,
You married your
my
buddy.
That's
God.
awesome.
Did
So,
you guys
yeah.
kiss when after you said I do?
Oh, did we kiss?
Of course.
Yeah. No, yeah, we did. I mean, neither of us are gay. Well, we might be a little bit.
Listen, it's all good. Let me ask you: Did you? How soon before you got it? I assume you got it annulled, right?
Yeah, like 24 hours later, we got it annulled. My mother was furious. I was like, what? I love him. I love him.
Oh, my God.
Best bud.
Wait, Paul.
Then when he met his wife, he was like, by the way, I'm technically divorced. And she was like, who is that B? And it was like, oh, it's him.
That's too funny, man.
Paul, real quick, are you because Dracula guy?
Maybe.
I thought so. All right, I thought I recognized your voice.
Stories.
Yeah, great
That's
story.
awesome.
All right, thanks, Paul. Appreciate
Paul's
it.
got
man.
some good stuff going on in his life.
see.
Weird, but good.
Let me go to Chris. Hey, Chris, good morning.
Yeah, it's another good one.
What's happening, Chris?
Not much, guys. So there it is. I've been waiting months to hear that, Casey. So you guys put out on the radio last year that, Metallica Greta Van Fleet was going to be in Vegas and the giveaway. So my girlfriend decided that she was going to buy me and her tickets to go to Vegas to see the concert.
Right.
So while we're getting ready to do this, we decided, you know what? Let's just get married at the Little White Chapel, the Pink Cadillac ceremony.
Nice.
So we get up that Friday morning at like 3 o'clock in the morning just to find out that at 2 o'clock in the morning, Spirit Airlines canceled our flights and rescheduled them for 6 o'clock the next day. So we didn't even get to go. So we tried to elope, but then we had to come back with our tails tucked between our legs and stay in, Jersey and get married in the courthouse in Jersey.
Oh, son of a bitch.
Yeah, I know, right?
Yeah. You have this cool thing that's going to be a story, and you get married in the courthouse in Jersey.
You can still, even if you're already married, you can still go do that in Vegas, right? Just for fun.
Absolutely.
But it was the whole, you guys said it on the radio, and I told her about it. She was like, yeah, right, we're not going to go to Vegas. And then she buys us tickets for Christmas.
Yeah.
And I was planning on getting the pictures and sending them to Preston.
Well, listen.
This is because of you guys, and then it never happened.
Well,
but hey, Steve, I talked to you a couple years ago about going to Japan. What's up with our trip?
Yeah.
That's cool.
I'm going to go get married by Japanese Elvis when I renew my vows.
All right. Thanks, Chris. I appreciate it, man. I had every intention of renewing our vows like at our 10-year anniversary, and I wanted to do it at the Vegas. I wanted to do it at the Elvis Chapel in Vegas.
Our anniversary, so we were 97, so we were, was when we got married. It was a big anniversary this year, but we put it on pause because we wanted to do it sans all the COVID stuff. And you're making me think that might be kind of a cool thing to do.
Yeah.
I bet you, I wonder, again, also with this stuff, with these chapels, how many are simply just renewing your vows?
Right.
How many people go there just to renew your vows?
Yeah.
Because it's such a kitschy thing to do.
Yeah. By the way, some text coming in that says, niece of the wedding in a day. They are doing great. I asked Josh to try and call in. And another text says, Lauren and Josh are still married. They have a kid now.
How about that?
That's a
We should have had
beautiful
the delivery right here on air.
That is a beautiful thing.
Why did she call us?
We could have given her a shot to force the
We
delivery,
should have
right?
followed that through on that. You're right. Let me go to, we're talking about just last minute marriage and did it work, did it not? We're going to go to Ray. Hey, Ray, good morning.
Good morning, Gadzooks.
Gadzooks, Ray. What's up, buddy?
Nothing much. All right, you're talking to the first married couple that got tattoos day.
What?
The first married couple to get tattoos day?
Yeah, we came in with our kids about 10, 12 years ago.
Wow.
That's wild.
Awesome. And
It
so
is.
what was your story about getting married?
We met in August. We went on our first date about December, and come March, we looked at each other. It was hey, are we in it for real, or is we just playing a game? Because if we are, let's just go get married. And we went to Elkton, Maryland.
And like that day or the next day, or how quickly after you made the decision?
We made the decision to file, but because I was 20, we had to wait a little while.
Okay, I gotcha.
How much do they charge, Ray, for that quickie marriage?
Oh, gosh. I can't remember. This is back in 98.
Okay. I mean, I always assume it's like $50 or $25 or something like that, right? I mean,
I think it was around $75.
Oh,
Okay.
all right. So it's
All
probably
right.
increased since then.
And thanks, Ray. That's cool. You guys are still going strong.
Yes, we are. In fact, I got Melinda, my wife, here with me right now. We're both traveling.
Excellent. Excellent.
Hi,
Well,
Melinda.
have a safe trip. All right, guys.
That's what I was wondering.
Eat if you get hungry.
That's what I was wondering about Paul when he called in when he married his friend. That because they had to have paid.
Right. Yeah, you got to pay. You definitely have to pay for the
I
ceremony.
mean, I guess after 40 beers, you don't.
By the
care
way,
what it costs.
they'll supply an audience. There are people always at the ready. They'll
know what?
supply people to sit and watch it.
Nick, do me a favor. Look
Yeah.
up One Love Wedding Chapel in Vegas and see if they have a list of their services because that's where
Bono owns it.
Courtney and no, not that. That's where Courtney and Travis got married, and maybe we can see what it costs to do it at that particular location. I'm going to go to Anthony. Hi, Anthony. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning, buddy. What's up?
Hey,
I met my wife online in an AOL chat room. She came out here for a weekend. She was from California. I went out there for the weekend, and we went to Mexico and got married.
Oh, my God.
Oh, my God.
26 years ago, just April 1st.
Oh, wow. Congratulations.
And you
man.
guys are still together.
26 years, two grown kids.
That is
That's a great
such
story.
a huge leap of faith.
So, what was the Mexican chapel like? Was it sort of something kitschy? Was it just a small, just regular chapel looking thing?
Honestly, I don't remember much of that.
Did you go to, was it in Tijuana, Rosarito? Where'd you go?
Tijuana.
All right.
Was there a donkey show?
No donkey
No
show.
donkey show.
But we had a lot to drink, and we visited a couple of different other shops where they just gave you stuff. So,
Well, yeah. You know what, though? You got a story. You can't remember it all, but that's a cool story to have.
And then a year later, we redid that in Las Vegas with some family and friends on the same day.
So
there's kind of two marriages.
Yeah, that's cool.
But,
I mean, technically,
All right.
I've been married twice because I married. We got our civil ceremony done at the courthouse, and then the religious ceremony down in Puerto Rico.
All right, let me go to this. This sounds interesting. I have Sam. Hi, Sam. Good morning.
Hey, good morning, man. I'm going to make this quick because I'm almost in the work.
All right, that's all good, bud. Give us what you can.
We don't want to hold you up.
So we got we went to AC and she said, hey, if we win big, we'll get married, right? So she was on a video poker machine for about 10 minutes and won like $3,000. A week later, we went to the Justice of the Peace. We've been together for 10 years, got 3 kids.
Wow.
Big house, and we're best friends, man.
That's fantastic.
Married on a bet.
Married on a bet, dude.
That's pretty great. Good for you guys.
What's the chapel
Thanks,
situation? What is an
Atlantic
AC like?
City.
What's that like?
I would think so.
Same vibe, right?
With a casino town,
Right.
It kind of lends itself to you win big.
Yeah.
I want to marry you. You know what I mean?
I love you.
I know.
With the ocean in the background.
Yeah. Hang on a second. We have Lori from Wedding in a Day on the line. Lori.
Hi, good morning.
Hey, good morning. So listen, we got talking on quickie weddings.
Yeah.
Yours the quickiest of the quick ever, by the way.
Yeah. The
And
best day.
proposed to, courtship, marriage, and honeymoon all within the span of like 6 hours.
Yes, exactly. It was awesome. The best day.
And you guys are still going strong.
Yeah, 7 years. We have a 2-year-old daughter, Molly.
That's awesome. See what we can do.
Yeah,
That's
you guys are the
fantastic.
best.
Hey, let me ask you, Lori, what is it like when people ask that you don't know, how'd you guys get together and
Right.
the wedding? What's it like telling that story? Or do you skim over it a little bit because it's so?
I give them the brief overview, but then I tell them that they can watch it.
Perfect. You have the best video ever. Yeah.
They love it. Everybody that I meet loves it.
That's true.
Yeah, I'm watching it right now on YouTube, Lauren. It's a wedding wake-up call, Preston and Steve Daily Rush. It's from February of 2015.
Exactly.
Yeah, and we had a party here in the studio. Everybody was dressed in tuxes. I guess a lot of your friends and family were able to make it in as well. Is
Absolutely. Everybody was there.
Dude,
Yeah.
that studio was jammed.
Yes,
I remember
it was,
that.
yeah.
Everybody.
We're looking at the video. Marissa was the flower girl.
Yes, she was.
Oh my God, that is the best.
great.
I am so happy. I thought, listen, not to spread anything bad upon your marriage, but I wasn't sure that it would last because of the
We know
quick
our
nature.
luck. We know our luck.
Yeah, but this is proof that we
yeah.
do indeed belong in the Radio Hall of Fame.
We absolutely do.
Yep.
Right.
Yep.
Yes, you do. Yes, you do.
That's awesome. What is your daughter is how old?
She's 2. She turned 2 in January.
Oh, that's great.
So you got to tell her the second she's able to receive the information in a sentient manner how mommy and daddy got married on the radio.
Yeah.
I can't wait to show her. What a memory.
Yeah.
You guys still live in Conchie?
No, we moved from Conshohocken. We're in Lansdale now.
Okay.
all
All
right.
right. Excellent. Well,
Yep.
listen, we're very happy for you. And then we'll have to have you guys come by and visit sometime, maybe at the 10-year anniversary.
Yes.
Absolutely.
We should have a
Sounds
little
wonderful.
get together. I think that'd be awesome.
And if you get pregnant again, please have the baby here in the studio.
Yes.
Oh, I will. I will. I'll do
yeah.
that for you, Steve.
We'll
All right.
supply a doula, the whole
The whole thing, yeah.
Steve can do a tracheotomy.
Oh,
if
I
you
can do
need
a
it.
great trach.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh, Lord.
Lori,
Okay.
Lori, congratulations.
All right.
All right,
Thank you
thanks.
so much, guys. We love you.
All right,
Love you.
Love you too. Bye-bye. Yeah, so February 24th, we'll have to remember that anniversary date.
Wow.
And
Between that and Angorsky, we have a lot of things to remember.
I don't know if we'll be able to remember
Yeah.
it all. Let me go to Cindy. Hey, Cindy, good morning.
Good morning.
Hey, Cindy, what's up?
My parents knew each other for 10 days, met in a diner, ran away and got married to Elkton, Maryland, and have been married for 58 years.
Okay,
So Elkton is the place, right? I noticed the same thing.
Yeah.
So Elkton is a go-to destination for these kind of.
Well, it's right across the border, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's in Mexico.
No, it's in Maryland,
Oh.
and it's right across the border. I've been to Elkton a few times, and why Maryland? Why did you have to go there?
I don't know. It was the only legal place to do it without a license back then, I think.
That has to be it.
Okay.
Yes, because the other.
It's called the Little Chapel of Love, and I still have the postcard from the place.
I want to get a chapel called the Why Not Chapel.
Yeah.
Because that seems to be what
the
everyone.
F?
Why not?
What the heck?
Well, that's cool. 10 days, and then they've been together for over 50 years.
That's great.
amazing.
That's
All right.
great.
Thanks, Cindy. By the way, Connor had just pulled up a listing for a small wedding chapel in Elkton, Elkton, Maryland.
Permanently
called
closed.
The historic little wedding chapel. Oh, it's closed.
Damn
All right.
it.
Oh, man.
So
but
when northern
never mind.
states began to pass more restrictive marriage laws in the early 20th century, but Elkton, Maryland did not. And as a result, a number of Maryland towns near the borders with other states became known as places to get married quickly and without restrictions. It became known as the marriage capital of the East Coast.
So, Nick, can you do a little searching on where is there a place in PA and in this general area that offers you walk-in wedding?
Oh, quick now? Yeah.
My guess is no.
Yeah, probably not. But because I guess if they relax the laws in certain states, then you don't need to go to places like
You
Maryland.
can get a
anymore.
fishing license quickly.
Steve, you did yours. You said it was a justice of peace type of thing to your first
Yes.
ceremony.
Yeah,
and
went to the courthouse.
And then you did more
Yeah.
official. What's that like?
So you walk in. I remember, had a couple people with us, a couple family members who actually dressed casually, went in. You had the paperwork. You fill it out. You pay the fee. The judge literally runs through the quick ceremony. One thing the judge was he says, this isn't a gimmick. This is, you're
really getting married.
He gave us the big talk, and my brother-in-law, who's a wonderful guy, Anthony, he was smiling or laughing. He goes, don't take this seriously. And so that was the tone of that one. But we got that done half hour.
Okay.
Yeah.
And by casually, my jeans and t-shirts?
Jeans and t-shirts.
No
and stuff.
kidding?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
'Cause I've never seen where they do that. They do it in the courtroom?
It's done in the court. There's a specific court. I got the impression they were using for a lot of this stuff, and that's the one we went into. It was a smaller courtroom.
Okay.
We did that, and then a week later, we were flying to Puerto Rico, and then
You
we
did the
wore
religious
our
ceremony.
tuxedos and stuff like that.
Right. Okay. Let me go next to Leslie. This is interesting. Hi, Leslie. Good morning.
Hi. Mine's kind of a long but short, kind of thing. Gazooks, by the way. What happened was me and my now husband, we went to high school together. We were friends. We went to prom together because neither one of us had dates. We went off, married other people. We separated from the other people. We met up again, I want to say 5-10 years later. And 3 days after I got my divorce, we got married.
Oh, wow.
3 days.
Okay, question. While you were going through your divorce, were you dating this other guy?
Yeah, well, for 2 years. Me and my husband were separated for a long time.
And Leslie, had you discussed marrying this guy? Was it completely out of the blue, or did you sort of plan on getting married anyway?
Well, yes and no. We did plan on getting married before, but we were waiting till leap year, which would have been the following year. I had decided that we should just get married on April Fool's Day instead, and like 5 days before.
All right. and so, but that's a quick turnaround. You didn't want to take a breather after getting divorced?
I had 3 days.
Okay, fair enough.
Well,
Gotcha.
she was really,
Yeah,
she was
it was
separated for a
over.
long, she was
Yeah,
divorced.
Thanks, Leslie. And that's kind of a story I like, too, because I know somebody who was married, and that marriage ended, and then ended up hooking up with his high school flame.
Yeah.
And they've now have a relationship together. That's kind of a cool thing. That's like a Facebook.
Right, which happens a lot.
Yeah, so you go out, you go your separate ways, you live your lives, you enter into a marriage or a relationship, and it wraps, and then you kind of circle back and see if that's still there, and sometimes it is, and it can happen.
Does she still smell like burnt rubber?
Oh my God.
Maybe not, and maybe it'll work.
Oh my God. Okay, so here's another thing.
Smells like barbecue sauce.
Oh. Here's another scenario of people, making a stupid decision or
Right.
or so. Have you ever heard of people who are who make like a pact, like if we're not in a relationship now, but if I'm single and you're single,
if we hit this
in
age,
20 years, I'll marry you.
Yes.
Do people actually do that? I mean,
does that
you know what I mean? Does
happen?
anybody ever follow through on that? Which is dumb, by the way, because you don't know how you're going to feel in 10 years or whatever.
I've made that joking pact.
I did. I kind of made that with burnt rubber, which was stupid.
Really?
She was
Okay.
a bitch from hell.
Fortunately, you found someone.
Just thank God I found the one.
Yeah,
greatest
yeah.
woman in the world.
Did you make that as you were breaking up, or when did that pact happen?
No, it was. I don't remember. I was drunk.
You know what? If in 20 years we're not married, you bring your burnt rubber cooch over and we'll go to the justice of peace.
Was it a blood pact or?
Yeah.
Trading swords.
I cut my hand and shook on it. No, but anyway, it was weird. But people do that. But I wonder if anybody ever actually follows
through.
Do we have to wrap up
We
now?
do. We're going to go live on Fox Good Day.
All right, we got to stay on time.
We're
for
juggling
that.
things.
But listen, thank you for checking in with those stories. Very, very interesting.
good.
But Kourtney Kardashian, Travis Barker, they did the Vegas wedding chapel.
Yeah.
Elvis officiated. There were cameras there, I assume. One has to assume it's going to be a part of their show. They went to the Grammy Awards that night. Hey, let's get married.
They're very private people.
Whatever. So anyhow, thank you for sharing. We appreciate that. By the way, in our next segment, we have several things that are going to happen. We're going to go live on Fox Good Day, okay? We're also going to have an announcement about an event coming up I think you'll be very interested in. We're going to do the Bizarre File, and we might actually extend that break a little bit and talk about some other things because Mark Wahlberg is coming by at about 8:35, and we want to time it out where our commercials break, where we welcome him into the studio and say hello to him before we start the interview. So we might have an extended out of the ordinary break coming up next, which we normally don't do.
So brace yourself.
Get ready for nonstop hardcore entertainment when we return. But we'll come back in a second. But Mark Wahlberg, here in our studio in less than an hour. We'll be back in a second. Make sure you stay with us.
Preston and Steve on 93.3.
Sometimes you do, and you make him part of the show, and you destroy him for being the idiot.
Yeah, which is
for pulling
also
the phone
good.
out. But
You channel your Richard Pryor.
yeah, if I gotta stop, I'm gonna destroy you.
Keenan, I have to tell you that I'm going to Get You Sucker is one of my absolute favorite movies.
Thank you.
Hilarious. I think people need to revisit it, but I think it's also sort of it's the likely first step to getting to Don't Be a Menace, which that same sort of comedy, which has became the style of comedy. When you were putting that together, how difficult was that to pull everybody? You had a lot of cameos and stuff. Give us the idea of what that production was like.
I was very lucky. And Jim Brown really, he and Bernie Casey, once they came on,
got it done.
Then everybody else was like, well, if they'll do it. And
they were essential.
Yeah.
They were what Leslie Nielsen was.
Yes, they were the icons of the era. And so once I was able to bring them on board, it went really smooth. And it really was, it was an homage to them. So
and the blaxploitation movies of the 70s.
Those are the movies I grew up watching, and
so did I. They were
enjoyed
awesome.
them.
Yeah.
So, when I was writing it affectionately. So that's why I think that they responded to it. And then these guys did the same thing for their generation with Don't Be a Menace.
Yeah.
So
I was on the set of I'ma Get You Sucker, 17-year-old boy watching his big brother do his thing and just taking it all in and going, man, one day I want to do a movie just like this.
Yeah, and you did.
A couple of years later.
Yeah.
Don't Be a Menace was born.
It's Shawn and Keenan Ivory Wayans here, and we want to do something special because it's a special day, and we have something to bring out for Keenan. It is his birthday today, so we got a cake for you, Keenan. Yes.
He don't eat cake, though.
to you. So you don't eat cake, huh?
No, I don't. But I appreciate the 7 candles. It's my 7th birthday.
There you go. So you can blow out the candles in there.
Preston and Steve's Music News on 93.3 WMMR.
Choo 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 kaboogie boop boop badoop boop badoobie boo 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 boo.
Wow. Didn't even know we had that. All right, so the band Korn has posted a cryptic message on its Instagram account suggesting some sort of announcement is imminent.
I love when you get mad at yourself.
It is inevitable.
Inevitable. The post shows a black and white image of what appears to be a tangle of cables with fans asking to visit the band's website.
I like it.
What was the
There's a fart at the end.
I don't know where the fart came from, but I love it.
Play that at regular speed,
right.
please.
That's the greatest sound I've ever heard. One more time.
Marissa, trace that back to April 20th, 2017. Kathy thinks this is hilarious.
No, not even. Like it boggles my mind how you still find it this funny that the three of you can't contain yourselves.
It's great. It's everything you want to say. Sometimes the words don't come to you.
I
play it again.
Which speed?
Slow. Let's do it slow.
I can see you give it like a little chuckle and then move on.
No.
Like, at this point, we've been here like 3 minutes now.
You're not seeing the greater picture. So as it's gearing up in classic Korn fashion to be this aggressive sort of war chant, it's completely undermined by the childlike poot. It's two completely conflicting attitudes.
Hey, by the way, nobody else is laughing.
Yeah.
So it's not just Kathy is not laughing. Nick's not laughing, and none of our interns are laughing.
Marissa has a smile on her face. Hang on a
Do you ever
second.
see Amadeus?
I usually don't find farts funny at all, Kathy. That one caught me off guard. And made me giggle.
Because it's more of a it's more of a raspberry than it is actual gas. Yeah, so.
And also the mystery of it. It's like an escape room. How did it happen?
We don't know. We may never know.
We may never know.
Okay. Music news.
Yeah.
Turn the
one more.
Stop
time.
the press. I go ahead. What was that?
That was a mistake.
It just can't. There can't be more of these gems.
Can you do that more than twice?
It's like finding a separate cabin in a diamond mine.
Okay. See, sometimes when you hit this button, it doesn't work. So when I hit it twice, it went burp burp.
Yeah.
Look, Chuck's laughing so hard he's crying in the other room. I love it, Chuck.
Anybody that doesn't find that hilarious is dead inside.
You're dead inside.
Or just a little more mature.
Oh, God.
I wish the button was
What is
better.
great is that you have a massive company, a media company, Beasley, who's currently paying us to do this.
Dude, they took us down to D.C. last
They
week
did
for,
for
an
some
award.
big award in front of senators.
Yeah.
That's how stupid we are.
Or
They're bad.
genius.
Or we
make
pulled
a living.
fast one. Yeah.
We make a living out of this.
There you go. Follow your dream.
2 is funnier than 3 or 4, I think.
Yeah.
Wait.
It sounds like a wrong answer type of thing. Is it Sputnik? Ah, man.
1 for yes, 2 for no.
Or double A.
Triple O.
MCO.
Let's stick with rumors. Viewers, will they want to keep up with the Kardashians if Kourtney leaves? And we might find out for months now.
Oh, please.
Tension between Kourtney and her sisters have been rising. Last summer on Keeping Up, viewers saw Kim and Kourtney reach an almost breaking point over their differing priorities in terms of family and work. And in a recent interview with Paper, Kourtney confessed that she'd love to leave the show in the dust. She said, I will always say I want to move away someday and just be away from it all. Sail away.
Sail away.
No one will ever see me again. I keep throwing up different places. I'm going to throw up.
I keep throwing up in different places.
I keep throwing
I'm
up.
gonna puke.
I keep throwing up different places, but then I'll go there and visit. And she's going to sail away.
She's going to sail away, just like Sticks.
But then I'll go there to visit, and I'll be like, nope, this isn't it. But I'm glad I came.
She's just afraid of Chloe coming after her.
Yeah. She said, we've just been to Finland. And I was like, check. It's great for me to visit, but I'm not going to move there. Maybe Norway, Switzerland. I've got lots of ideas.
She does have a lot of ideas.
That's according to Kourtney.
They're all annoying.
On Sunday, producer Ryan Seacrest was put on the spot by an ET reporter who brought up the subject.
Do you think that Kourtney is gonna leave the show? You think Kourtney's gonna leave Keeping Up with the Kardashians?
ET is a reporter, mind you, so yeah.
I'll always be right here.
Seacrest seemed taken aback.
Why? Because I'm from another planet? Are you a xenophobe?
But then said, well, if the cameras go away, as long as they can come back, Kourtney.
On my home planet, I was a botanist.
He said, they can go away for a little bit, but bring them back so we can do another season or two. Honestly, I don't know how they do it. He said, I couldn't do it no matter what they were paying them.
I can make things levitate. Just thought I'd throw that in.
He said, I could not do it, so I give them a lot of credit for having those cameras in their lives all the time. And I love you, Kourtney. Love her.
He loves her.
He loves her.
Well, that show has made millions for him.
Oh, my God, yes.
Honestly, I have to say, I thought that meteor would have crashed Earth long ago. And they still keep renewing it.
It's very resilient.
I wonder if it's like
don't get it.
Alcoholism or something. You're just addicted and you just do it out of routine.
Maybe. You know what? American audiences always need, though, that super rich family to watch.
True. And there's
what
no.
They do.
Well, I guess there are a few of those. In fact, maybe even Dynasty itself is on. But
I think that kind of covered the bill for a while. Then now we get reality TV, which takes over for that.
So that's like the Real Housewives and all that stuff. Maybe you're right.
So,
I don't know. It's annoying.
I don't watch any of them.
None of it?
I'm a botanist.
Okay. No interest.
Yeah.
All right. So this is interesting. Haven't heard this name in a little while. All eyes were on Val Kilmer as he took center stage Sunday night at a benefit for his Twain Mania Foundation, created to impact the iconic writer Mark Twain's legacy to children. The 59-year-old posed on the carpet with a pair of binoculars around his neck.
How's he looking, by the way?
I have not seen the photos, Steve. I'm not really sure if we have any. If you guys
to be honest,
find any, that'd be great.
There was a point there. Huh? Yeah, it's okay. He had throat cancer, some sort of variation.
I've got a little
you got it?
information on that coming up. But we're looking at a picture of him right now. He was heavy for a while.
He was very heavy.
He got pretty hefty. Looks like he's lost the weight, but man, has he done some work on his face.
He's Mickey Rourke-ified.
Yeah, he's aged clearly, but you can tell that there's been some work around the eyes and the cheeks. And that just, I couldn't tell you. If you showed me that picture and said, who is this? I couldn't tell you that's Val Kilmer.
It looks like a drag queen pretending they're Val Kilmer.
Yeah, kind of like that.
He's not going to be featured in the new Top Gun?
Yes, he's going to be in it.
Is. So his son Jack was also in attendance for this event. But the appearance previews a comeback of sorts for the star, who is set to hit the big screen again in Top Gun Maverick. Last summer, Cruise said of Val Kilmer that he was doing really well. While it's unclear what prompted Kilmer's hiatus from Hollywood, it became apparent that he was struggling with health issues during the hiatus. In 2015, a spokesperson told People magazine he was rushed to the hospital for a possible tumor. In 2017, He admitted that he had throat cancer and had recovered after a 2-year fight. He told the Hollywood Reporter that the procedure on his trachea made his voice raspy and left him short of breath.
I really like Val Kilmer. He's been in some really great stuff. Top Secret and Real Genius. And I love him in MacGruber.
Yeah.
He's freaking hilarious.
And Steve, you're forgetting Tombstone.
Tombstone,
Thank
one of the
you.
greatest performances.
Yeah, definitely.
I bought the man's shirt.
I think his best performance. And The Doors. He was phenomenal.
So what would you say? So greatest Val Kilmer, Tombstone? That is such a great performance.
I got to go neck and neck with The Doors. They were both so good. But yeah, his lines in Tombstone are
so
just
great,
wonderful,
so great.
I love Real Genius though. I love that movie.
Have you ever seen Real Tombstone?
I've never
It's
seen.
really good.
Is it?
Yeah, it's about Doc Holliday in college.
Only uses a laser instead of
I'm gonna use a laser honeysuckle. I'm gonna make a whole big house into a jiffy pop.
Yeah, we're having
what
some
was that?
technical
Was that him?
difficulties. Not able to connect with him right now.
We were afraid we were going to be too entertaining.
I think that might have been it.
And
I
it
think that
sets
might
a
have been
bar
it.
that's impossibly high to follow.
All right, it's all good. All right, well, we have a few things to do. Obviously, we're going to do the bizarre file in a moment. But Casey, you pointed to this. Do you want to do this now or
let's rock
after?
that. Yeah, well, let's do this now because we also have the cash thing that's going to happen at 8 o'clock.
You're right. So we have concert cash at 8. So we need to try and stay on time for all this stuff.
Special
All right.
announcement now?
Special announcement
Yay!
now. All right.
All right.
We are excited for the return of this event. Monday, May 2nd is when it will be taking place. And unlike any year before, 2 locations for you to participate. Kathy's Cuts. Kathy's Cuts. Beautiful. Benefiting Wigs for Kids will take place Monday, May 2nd. And like I said, there's 2 locations. Gravity Hair Salon in Plymouth Meeting, which we're very familiar with, and David Arnold Hair Salon in Jenkintown, PA.
Excellent.
So here's the deal. And Kathy wants me to drive this point home. You need at least 12 inches of hair.
Right.
Measured from the base of the ponytail. Some gray is permitted, and the hair cannot be chemically processed. So it's May 2nd. You got a little bit of time here to make sure that, so grow 5 or 6 inches of hair
It's
between
quite
now and then.
possible if you have some sort of radiation exposure.
But in the past, there have been 10, some places will require 10 inches of hair. For Wigs for Kids, it is 12 inches of hair.
And that's the minimum. So they actually would like you to have 14 inches of hair. Wow. They will take 12 inches and they can use that, but anything under that, they're not going to be able to use. So each
we're
year
we're looking for long hair.
Yeah, so each year we get people who come out who think that their hair is long enough and it really just is not. And because we have it's a little bit smaller than what we normally do. So you have to have at least 12 inches, if not more. So if you show up and you have under that, they're not going to be able to do it.
Oh, and by the way, this isn't some run and gun hair donation thing. You get a style out of this as well. So you get not only a new cut, you get a new style by the talented men and women at both of these salons, Gravity and also David Arnold. And each donor gets a gift bag from True Beauty Concept. So this is more than just a donation.
It's top flight stuff here.
And I can't tell you the amount of emails that I've been getting for the past 2 years because we didn't do it for the last 2 years. People are like, I get emails every single day. People are excited for this. And a lot of people who haven't cut their hair since the last one because they're waiting for the event.
So keep in mind, it happens during our show. The appointments are from 6 a.m. to 10 a.m. It doesn't go after that. So keep in mind. And if you want to sign up, you can do it now at PrestonandSteve.com. It is active, and you can get up, signed up. But is it a first come, first serve?
Yeah, first come, first serve. And like I said, there's limited space. So once they're filled, that's pretty much it. I will be at the Gravity Hair Salon location in Plymouth Meeting. So I'll be there all morning. We're using Jenkintown as, a second location. It is not, it's a completely different area. So it's not close to Plymouth Meeting. We wanted 2 separate spots, but I'm not going to be in Jenkintown.
Right. Let's be very clear on that because Bill Weston is quite concerned.
Yeah, he has a problem
that
with this.
people will go to the other location and think that they're going to see Kathy Romano and they're going to be hurt and upset and hate WMMR forever.
Right.
Because Kathy's not there. So you will be at Gravity.
I'll be at Gravity, but like I said, David Arnold Hair Salon is doing the exact same thing.
Yeah.
You can still go there if that's closer
You
to your
want to
home.
contribute. You want to be a part of it. That's the most important thing. So if Jenkintown is closer, you go do that.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Now, Nick, I know that you were hoping to donate your hair. It's not long enough. So does that mean you're going to be growing it out for the
Well, we
next
don't know.
We don't know?
We haven't measured it. We're waiting till like the last minute to measure Nick's hair to see if it'll be long enough.
But there's a possibility I'll be at one location and Kathy will be at the other, thus appeasing Bill. And I'm looking to get a haircut at some point anyway, so we might as well do it for charity. Hopefully Casey will be able to do it for this charity, but we'll see.
All right. So, again, you can get signed up for that right now. And the appointments are 6 a.m. to 10 a.m., but 2 locations, so we have more space available for people to participate. And it's
Love
great.
it.
It's excellent.
It's back.
So, go to PrestonandSteve.com to get signed up. Now, with that exciting announcement, we also have this.
MMR's Concert Cash. Now, here's your Concert Cash keyword.
It's 8 o'clock, so let's roll this thing out. Your chance to win some cash and tickets. And the word you need is money. Money. And you have until 15 minutes after the hour to enter that. There are 3 ways for you to do it, by the way. You can text it. It's real easy to the special contest short code number, which is 45911. Or if you want to be entered for $10,000, and why wouldn't you? It's our grand prize. Enter it via the MMR app or at WMMR.com. And one random entry wins $500 in our company-wide contest. And all MMR winners receive 2 free tickets to the MMRBQ. Winners will get a call from our company, Beasley. Make sure that you answer your phone. Contest rules available at WMMR.com. And it's all brought to you by AAA Distributor. So again, the word that you need to send to us right now, and you have until 15 minutes after the hour to do it, is money. MONEY. And good luck to you.
WMMR presents Preston and Steve's Bizarre File.
Brought to you this morning by Natural Lawn of America. Safer for your lawn, your kids, and your pets. And you can schedule their full-service program and get free seeding every year. Call 800-FREE-SEED. Natural Lawn of America. Greener grass, fewer weeds, guaranteed. All right, we'll start with the money shot, quite literally. A Southwest Airlines flight from Seattle to Phoenix turned into a touchy situation after one of the passengers reportedly pulled down his pants and began spanking it at least 4 times in front of a female passenger during a 3-hour flight.
You can't do that.
4 times. Antonio Sherrod McGarity was arrested in Phoenix.
Guess what I'm going to do again?
When the flight landed at Sky Harbor International Airport. McGarity admitted the public self-pleasure and said that he didn't do anything wrong.
I'm going for the hat trick.
And he added that he thought the whole incident was, quote, kind of kinky, according to the official documents.
That's the perfect person to sit next to on a flight.
Shortly after the plane took off, McGarity allegedly exposed his penis by pulling down his pants and shorts and began to pleasure himself, the document said. The woman seated next to McGarity reacted by taking pictures of him engaging in the act.
Oh, yeah.
After he fell asleep, the female passenger told a crew member about her experience and was allowed to move to another seat. The woman later told Phoenix police officers that she saw the man pleasure himself 4 times using both hands.
Oh, my God.
She also suspected that he reached completion at least once since she saw him. Oh, no.
Oh, no. Tell us.
I didn't realize this part was in the story. Licking his fingers.
Oh, my God.
And there was something on his fingers.
Oh,
That's
my God.
just, that really makes for an unpleasant flight.
McGarity allegedly admitted it to FBI agents and said that he asked.
Yeah, I get it.
He said he asked the woman who reported it if she minded him doing it. He said the woman simply put her hands in the air and said, "It doesn't really matter."
Why do I not believe that?
McGarity faces charges for lewd, indecent, or obscene acts on an aircraft. In addition, Southwest has said it has placed him on their no-fly list, which means he's banned from traveling on the airline for flight.
Someone next needs to invest in a Kindle.
Wow. All right, here's a story out of England. Lamb chops were stuffed into a car's exhaust pipe during an attack on homes that used raw meat as projectiles. Another vehicle was left with a chicken drumstick hanging from a wheel rim. Police say eggs were also thrown when the two properties were targeted with meaty cuts in Herefordshire that left one car looking more like a butcher's grinder.
And what's the purpose of jamming this meat into the car?
We don't know.
Yeah.
It was a vandalism of sorts.
Yeah.
But they decided to use chicken drumsticks and also raw meat, lamb chops.
Chicken in my tailpipe.
It happened on Saturday in Craden Hill near Hereford.
This is an absolute abomination.
They're trying to get to the bottom of all this.
All this meat nonsense.
All right, this is a pretty funny story, but sad, has a sad twist to it. A female red fox suspected of biting people near the U.S. Capitol building was captured by animal control officers yesterday.
Shut up, dummy.
And
Red Fox.
and she may have to be killed for rabies testing under Washington, D.C. law.
Wow.
But listen, the thing was biting people. So Capitol Police announced to the fox's capture on Twitter alongside several photos of the animal. The announcement came hours after the department tweeted that it had received several reports of aggressive fox encounters on or near the grounds of the U.S. Capitol. One of the people bitten was Representative Ami Berra, who said that the attack was unprovoked and the fox had lunged at the back of his leg. If the captured fox is the right one, it's not exactly clear what will happen. The U.S. Capitol Police said in its tweet that the animal control officers are working to trap and relocate any foxes that they find. The fox's fate is a question for animal control, and the law states that wildlife that has bitten a person or animal or caused a potential rabies exposure to a person or animal must be euthanized immediately for rabies testing because rabies testing involves brain tissue. It can't be performed on a living animal.
I wonder if they'll ever perfect a method of doing that doesn't involve killing the suspected
I'm wondering if they
victim.
can, and maybe they don't
It's just
because
too much
it's
fun?
too well. No, just because it's probably more hassle than it's
Right.
worth. I don't really know, but
seems rather
I don't
dramatic.
know. But then again, I may be way off. Maybe they need a sizable portion of
Right.
the brain to test. I'm not really sure. The captured fox was female, and animal control officers are working to find out if she had any kits in the area.
They're so cute.
They are adorable, aren't they?
Even rabid ones.
I know.
Yeah. We see plenty of them in our area, and they're beautiful, especially if you see one with a big bushy
Gorgeous.
tail.
Yeah.
It's like, wow, it's so gorgeous.
And you can get the rabid ones at a discount.
Oh, my goodness, really? A Connecticut woman wanted for dozens of car break-ins has been accused of crashing into 8 police cruisers and injuring 7 of the officers, none of them seriously, during a wild chase on Sunday that ended with her smashing her Hummer into a pole and being taken into custody.
This footage is insane. This woman just will not stop.
Hannah Casperson was suspected of helping her boyfriend, Thomas Crawford, vandalize and ransack 41 parked vehicles last week.
Were they stuffing meat in the tailpipe?
Casperson was out on probation during the incidents. Crawford was spotted at a grocery store shopping for meat on Thursday night and placed under arrest, but his girlfriend managed to get away. Maybe they went to England. I don't know. Police said city officers tracked down Casperson on Sunday after receiving information about her location and approached the white 2006 Hummer H2. She was in shortly after 8:30 a.m. when cops with guns drawn tried to talk to her.
Drop the meat.
The woman struck a cruiser and clipped a utility pole before driving off. Police then attempted to corner her again, but she hit a cruiser before entering onto Interstate 84. She reportedly struck 6 more police cruisers before losing control and wrapping the Hummer ultimately around a utility pole about 25 miles away.
You don't see Hummers a lot anymore.
No.
You used to see them all the time.
She was taken to the hospital and was listed in stable condition with non-life-threatening injuries. 6 officers were taken to the hospital, later discharged. And police said Casperson was expected to face charges related to Sunday's chase after being discharged from the hospital. There were multiple warrants pending for her arrest on other charges as well. So she's just a lovely gal. Yeah. All right, and then one last story. I found this interesting. Now, this takes place in Cape Cod, but might be a warning for those who have shore properties here. There are some on Cape Cod who say there's nothing better than an outdoor shower on a nice day.
Right.
But authorities in one town are warning that one aspect of the outdoor shower setup can prove dangerous, especially in early spring. The Harwich Fire Department said in a recent Facebook post that they've responded to multiple fires that have started in outdoor shower areas over years. And the cause is often a shower mirror that reflects the sun into the side of the house.
Oh, my God.
So if you have a mirror in that shower at some points in the day, especially in the spring, because of the angle of the sun, it can heat up the material on the side of your house and light it on fire.
But I like to look at myself.
They said in the tweet, if you have a mirror in your outdoor shower, make sure that it isn't hanging in a way that allows the sun to reflect off of the mirror into the wood or of the enclosure of your house.
That's wild.
If you can tip it or cover it, that is highly recommended. So I hadn't even thought of that. But that is something to consider if you like taking that outdoor shower down the shore.
Do you have an outdoor shower at that?
I do not. No, we have a shed where a shower would be, and we need it.
Oh, you have to get. That's like the best part of the shore.
Yep.
You have to get one. Let me come over. I'll see if I can find a spot.
Well, we got
for
something
it.
else.
Do you have a front lawn bidet? I know that they're catching on out there.
Could you imagine?
What?
Trust us.
Yeah, I'm good. But yes, outdoor shower. I love that idea.
Yeah.
That's pretty damn cool. We're gonna do a little extended break here. We got Mark Wahlberg, who is scheduled to be here around 8:30, 8:35 or so. So rather than take a commercial break, play a song, come back, and then talk for a little bit, and then have Mark come in, we're going to talk for a little bit now, and then a commercial break. Hopefully, we'll have him, get him in place, and then we'll come right out with Mark Wahlberg.
We will restructure for Mark Wahlberg.
We'll do just about anything for Mark Wahlberg. But I wanted to read this email. Kath, I've been sitting on this for a little bit.
Okay.
And I meant to mention this last week, but this is from Tim Krause. He said, loyal listener here since Y100 days. I listen daily and often repeat the show on podcast to catch anything that I missed dealing with work and the kids in the morning. So after years of listening, I've recently noticed on more than one occasion a situational part of your show that makes me smile. I say this in the most complimentary of ways, but I've come to realize I love Kathy's laugh. When, for one reason or another, she genuinely laughs hard at something, I find it infectious and intoxicating. It's a stranger compliment to give/receive, especially considering I sound like Heath Ledger's Joker when I laugh.
Do you have an outdoor shower?
There's so much I could say about my love for your show, but I just wanted to pass along some props to Kathy this time around. Rage on and keep making my morning so much brighter. That is from Tim.
Oh, that's nice for my hyena laugh.
No, you have a very good laugh.
You hate your laugh, though, right? Because when Steve sometimes cuts the promo and you hear yourself over and over.
When I hear the promo, I'm like, that's what I sound like? God, that doesn't sound like that in my own head.
We've talked about this. My laugh has evolved over the years, and now I kind of do I'll do like a snaggletooth kind of. I'm like, where did that come from?
It definitely has changed. Like, I think everybody's has, but like I've noticed that mine changed over the years too, and only really because I listen to you edit the promo so I can hear it.
I got to change that.
You guys can find a laugh attractive, right?
Oh my God!
Somebody. Okay.
I love making people laugh. I love I love a woman laughing. I love hearing kids laugh. It's whatever gets them laughing. I'm a big fan of.
Well, this is interesting. We're talking about it now because I was at my Acme last night, and there was a young lady. Her name is Amanda, and I'm going to give her a shout out because she just started working at my Acme, and so when she started, when we first had our first encounter, where you say hello to your cashier. I was like, hang on a second, I'm like, are you new? Like, are you? Because I've never seen you here before. And she did this giggle, and in my mind, I was like, that is a great laugh.
Yeah.
I mean, I didn't say that because I just thought that would sound a little bit creepy. But I was like, hey, well, welcome to my Acme, and it's
and I love your laugh.
And I did not say that.
Security on aisle 7, please.
I just
got a level 4 stalker.
That's what I was trying to avoid, But I will say this publicly, that Amanda at the Lawrence Park Acme has a great laugh.
Very nice.
My laugh has evolved in that I have lost part of my falsetto voice over the years. And so, therefore, I used to have a more audible laugh. And sometimes Steve will be cracking me up. And you guys on the listening end can't hear it because I'm literally...
Right. You can't hit that part. You know what? I leave that in the promo, though. I'll leave the pause in because I think people have gotten used to knowing that if you've gone off the laughing rails,
and I'm laughing,
that you're laughing.
Yeah. So if we went back in years, several years ago, you would hear my laugh be completely different. But Yeah, there are definitely, Casey, there are some laughs that I do find intoxicating and adorable, and that was Casey's makeup
Case,
laugh.
do you have the Catherine O'Hara?
Do you have a compilation of your laughs?
I have them.
Oh.
I have Casey Fake, and then I have Casey Faker.
There's a laugh from Catherine O'Hara in an episode of S's Creek from maybe the first season. It might even be the first episode. And there are certain laughs that make me laugh really hard. And Casey, if you can find it, this is one of them.
Catherine. Wait, do you spell her name with a K?
C.
While you're looking for that, here are a couple of texts. Says, I agree. When Kathy laughs hard and there's sort of a deep sigh at the end, just such a nice laugh. Another one says, reiterate, as straight female lawyer listener who is happily married with children, I find Kathy's laugh infectious.
Ooh. Erotic?
Nice. Totally agree with Kathy's laugh. Combine that with a picture in my mind of her taking an outdoor shower at the shore.
Oh, my God.
And I'm driving off the road right now.
Why don't you come over later and we'll take a shower outside and watch the best of Henny Youngman.
I wonder, we can't do like a 5-way poll to see whose listener's favorite laugh is.
4 you can do is the most. So you can leave me out.
Well, I was going to say, since we know my laugh's the best, we could just do you guys.
Yeah, we could. Yeah, since we already know you're the clear cut winner, maybe between.
And besides, you're a Canadian citizen. You're not eligible for
the fellas.
We do have the Catherine O'Hara laugh, by the way.
All right, here we go. That little squeal at the end there.
Like Tom Hanks, the laugh in
Money Pit.
Money Pit.
Yeah.
It's just one of the classics.
God.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah. By the way, real quick, another email. It says, Gadzooks, good morning. My name is Haley. I wanted to send a shout out to my boyfriend, Matt, whose birthday is on April 6th. He is turning the big 22.
22.
That's not the big.
The shirt I'm wearing today is 23 years old.
It says big 22. Big is in parentheses.
Right.
He works so hard fixing and doing the upkeep on school buses so kids can get to school safe and
That's
sound
awesome.
every day to make a happy and healthy life for the both of us. To my high school sweetheart, happy birthday. Thank you, Preston and Steve, and all the crew, you guys. There you go.
That's laugh farting.
Laugh farting.
Oh, my God, I've done that.
Oh, my God.
That is so bad. I've seen people just get. There was a neighbor of ours, and we were all hanging out and started laughing, and a very audible gas expulsion took place.
But my mom has a very, very infectious laugh. Getting back to the laugh thing, because she will cry when she really gets into it. She will start crying, and then once she starts laughing, she can't stop. We actually had this yesterday because she misspoke. My Aunt Sue just got a new dog, and I said, "Well, what kind of dog was it?" And she said, "It's a Shih Tzu." And thank you.
Yeah.
I love it.
And she knew that she had misspoke. And then we just laughed for like the next 10 minutes.
That's so good.
Yeah.
I wish that was the name
Your
of the
mom's
dog.
adorable.
I'm
That's
not
it.
even. I wonder if somebody. Okay,
It's the last thing you order off the menu.
That's right.
Yeah. My favorite laugh of all time, I think, is actor Dom DeLuise.
Oh,
my God.
His wheeze laugh would get me every single time.
People may not remember him, but he was just the best and had that sort of infectious deal. I love, again, watching the bloopers for It's Always Sunny, because Charlie Day has what I find to be a very infectious laugh, and everyone has their own special thing, but when Charlie loses it, it's very funny.
Real quick, to completely switch gears, if you don't mind.
Genocide.
No, a butt plug. So this was, says I wanted to send a GoFundMe link, and I made sure that Nick had this for our website. My name is Willie Nelson. Yes, that is my real name.
An awesome name.
My brothers and I grew up listening to you on Y100, driving to high school. We've met you several times, listened daily. Let me say first, my brother and his family have no idea that I'm putting this together. They've not asked me to do this. However, I would love to give them a surprise gift of love at the end of Caitlin's first round of treatments. And he goes on to explain this. I'm raising donations for my brother and his family. My sister-in-law, Caitlin, recently had a cancerous tumor discovered near her brain stem. They have 6 children, by the way, ranging from 1.5 to 12.5 years old. They even have named their 5th child Preston. And my brother's name is Steve. So, yes, Willie Nelson's family named some of the family members after your show. They live in Cecil County, Maryland, and the idea is to help them pay for gas and transportation to and from Baltimore daily for her doctor's appointments, as well as paying for their bills for a bit so that they have less to worry about. So it's a serious situation. They need some help, and he writes Rage On, and he spells it Rayjawn, from Willie Nelson. So we have posted that. If you can help out, you can spare a couple of bucks. That'd be great. If we get enough people that do it, then it'll help them out tremendously.
Some good stuff coming up on the community page. There's some station events. Casey has his bike ride. Marcus has his. I have Man of the Year. Preston, you have something with
Laurel House?
Laurel House coming up too. Yeah. And so there's a whole bunch of Steve just finished up with the
CFA.
The fur ball. Yeah. So there's a lot of cool things that are happening. And most of those, if not all of them, are posted either on the events page or the community page on PrestonandSteve.com and MMR.com.
Very good. All right. So we still have a few minutes that we're going to go before we take a break. And I mentioned this yesterday and didn't get to the details onto it. So I wanted to share this with you because I'd never heard of this before. Sounds like something that might be out of a Dan Brown book or something like that, but it isn't. The entire internet is controlled by 7 actual physical keys.
Wait, yeah, Rodney has them.
What? No, I wouldn't doubt it. On that giant key ring of his? No, and there is a highly secure ritual known as a key ceremony. Not to be confused with a key party. This is a key ceremony, but it's pretty weird. And I didn't understand how something like this could exist until I read a little bit about this article. This was Business Insider, I think, did this story. So the people conducting the ceremony are part of an organization called the Internet Corporation for Assigned Names and Numbers, or ICANN, I-C-A-N-N.
Okay, I'm vaguely familiar with this.
So ICANN is responsible for assigning numerical internet addresses to websites and computers and translating them into the normal web addresses. People type addresses. So, example, if you type 6.27.101.555 into your browser, you'll be taken to Business Insider's webpage. But business.com is easier for people to remember.
Of course, yeah.
So there's a transition that happens between the letters, the names, and the actual numbers that identify it as a website.
Every step of the process this is going on.
So and maps the numbers, which is easier for computers to use, with words, which is easier for humans. If someone were to a man's database, the person controlled the internet. For instance, the person could simple to bank websites and real bank websites,
and it would
start taking your money,
and it would appear to be their website,
and it appeared to be legitimate. You could set up fake sites and think that you're going to this one. You could pull